night, and we checked our answers. Soon after our analysis, we saw that some of the answers, precisely to be 3 answers, do not match the answers that we have given. No surprises there, because with AILET, the answer key has been a problem, even though they make a better test, they make a better exam. But the good news is, this year, unlike previous years, which had 10 to 12 answers that were always debatable, this year we saw just 3 questions. So I would like to bring to your notice these 3 questions for which we dispute the answers and we feel that the answers are not correct. So we are referring to set M of the question paper, and in set M of the question paper, the first answer that we challenge is question number 13, which was based on the short story. Right? So this lovely short story where there is an encounter between the narrator and this strange person whom he meets in the intermediary bogie of the train, which is not first class, which is not sleeper class. And as you read this story, you will notice that the intermediate bogie and all has been described. And this narrator who talks about adventures and daring tales of the person has been described in detail, right? And the author, so there was a question on looking at his mouth and chin, where they talked politics. And look at this particular paragraph here. He had the air of one who had seen strange countries and stranger men, yet bore himself without vanity. Very important. The light in his eyes was restless. The narrator himself was not, the stranger himself was not restless, right? When he spoke of the empire, it was not with loyalty nor with bitterness. Again, an important word to be noticed, but with detached amusement of one who has played his part and lost interest in the game. So the question number 13, which we are referring to, these lines are very important for that question. Of course, there is a restlessness in his eyes. The light in his eyes is restless, but the person appears to be one who is detached, one who has seen everything. And this amusement also shows that this person has lost interest in the game. And his laughter comes easily. The person has no vanity, no bitterness. So based on this, let's look at the question. The stranger perceived the narrator perceives the stranger as a cynic. So a cynic is a person who mistrusts. So there is no mistrust in that person who has been described. He is not disillusioned, but he is detached, right? He may be unbroken in spirit then, but most of his tales speak of courage. Right now, the person is detached. There is no vanity, there is no bitterness, nothing. So this is the answer which is given in the official answer key. We feel that the answer should be one of someone who is detached or contented and who is at peace because he laughs easily. There is no vanity in his eyes. There is no bitterness. There is no loyalty also, but there is no bitterness. So we stick with this answer, which is option D. The next question that we challenge is again set M, question number 21. This question number 21 is a grammar question, right? And you had to find a participial phrase. So there is no participial phrase here. The official answer key says B. Social media platforms meant to facilitate communication have sometimes amplified divisive narratives and falsehoods. So they have amplified divisive narratives and falsehoods. So this is proper tense. There is no participial phrase here. However, there is a participial phrase in question number D, nurturing responsible citizenship. A participial phrase where a phrase contains an ing word and describes describes a feature. So these awareness campaigns have this feature. So we still feel the answer should be D. So again, we challenge question number 21. And the last question that we challenge is 126 of set M AILET. So these are our statements. All renewable energy sources reduce carbon emissions. So renewable energy sources reduce carbon emission. Some renewable energy sources are expensive. So these are expensive, right? Solar energy is a renewable energy resource, right? So solar energy could be here or here. So we know that solar energy reduces carbon emissions is correct. All expensive energy resources are renewable. Can't say. You can see this is outside of renewable. Some renewable energy resources are not expensive. So this area can be this, or maybe expensive can also be here, or expensive can also be here. Some does not mean some not. It is a basic Aristotelian rule, because some can have two meanings. So some A's or B's can be, some A's or B's can be this, where X is definitely true, but this part, let's call it Y, we don't know about Y. We don't know about Y. Maybe all A's are B's, or maybe some A's are not B's. So whenever we say some A's are B's, there are two possibilities. All A's can also be B. So some can lead to all also. It is not necessary that some always leads to some not. So from some not cannot be derived. Some means I don't know about the others. So if I know that some also means some not, that means I know about the whole set of A. That defeats the Aristotelian rule. So some can be this, or both X and Y can be inside of B. So 3 is definitely false basis all Aristotelian rules of deductive logic. It's the basic rule of deductive logic. So the correct answer should only be option A. So from our side, this was the outcome of these 3 questions that did not match the CP answer key. You can challenge all of them. This is the reasoning. You can write this, see the video again, write down the reasoning. And some of this is so basic that definitely they should change the answer back to the correct answer again. So for this, the correct answer is not B, but it is A. That's all from our side. Please go ahead and challenge these questions. And I hope and pray that in future, all these exam setters are more careful than what they have done this time. Even one question which is wrong disturbs the student, because it is their life that they are being, that is being held in such a travesty manner. So we have to be very careful as responsible exam setters inviting admissions to such big popular colleges. You have to be more careful than this when you are deciding questions and answers. All questions should have clear-cut answers, and all the rules behind the answer should be followed, because students who are serious and are preparing, they know those rules. They are betting their entire future at stake because of these questions. So let's hope that in future, people are more careful with these answers. Exam setters are not trifling with the life and future of the candidates. That's all from my side. Till next time.